At London, 1888, a city shrouded in fog and fear, the gaslights cast long, eerie shadows. They danced across the cobblestone streets. The Industrial Revolution had transformed the city. It had brought progress and prosperity, but it had also created a dark underbelly. Poverty, vice, and crime festered in the East End. It was a stark contrast to the grandeur of the West End. The East End was a labyrinth of slums, overcrowded and dangerous. It was home to the city's most vulnerable citizens. Prostitutes walked the streets. They sought to survive another night. It was in this world of shadows that Jack the Ripper emerged, a phantom who would forever change the face of London. His name would become synonymous with terror. His crimes would remain etched in the annals of history. Jack the Ripper, the very mention of his name sent shivers down the spines of Londoners. He was a spectre, haunting their nights. The dawn broke cold and grey on August 31st, 1888. It cast a pall over Bucks Row, a narrow street in the heart of Whitechapel. The body of a woman lay sprawled on the cobblestones. Her name was Mary Ann Nichols. She was the first victim, the first to fall prey to the monster lurking in the shadows. Her throat had been slashed, a grotesque wound that gaped open. Her abdomen was mutilated. The savagery of the attack was shocking. Even in a city accustomed to violence, this was different. This was personal. This was the mark of a monster. The news of the murder spread like wildfire through Whitechapel. It ignited fear in every heart. Who was this monster? What dark desires drove him to commit such an act? The questions hung heavy in the air, the answers remained elusive. As London mourned the loss of Polly Nichols, the Ripper struck again. His reign of terror had just begun. Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes. Their names were added to the growing list of victims, each murder more brutal than the last. The Ripper's calling card was his brutality, the precision of his cuts, the mutilation of his victims. He was not content with simply killing. He wanted to defile, to desecrate, to leave his mark on the city. Fear gripped the East End. Women were afraid to walk alone at night. The police were baffled. The pressure mounted with each passing day. They had to catch the monster. They had to stop him before he claimed another victim. The night of September 30th, 1888 would forever be known as the double event. It was the night Jack the Ripper truly cemented his place in the annals of criminal history. 2 murders, 2 lives extinguished, all within a few short hours. Elizabeth Stride was his first victim that night, her throat slashed with the same chilling precision. But it was Catherine Eddowes' murder that truly showcased the depths of the Ripper's depravity. Her body was found in Mitre Square, her face mutilated beyond recognition, her internal organs removed and arranged around her body. This was not just murder. This was a macabre spectacle, a twisted masterpiece of horror. As the murders continued, the police received a number of letters, each one claiming to be from the killer himself. The most infamous was the Dear Boss letter. It was in this letter that the name Jack the Ripper was first used. The letters taunted the police. They mocked their efforts to catch him. They provided grisly details of the murders, details only the killer could know. Were these letters genuine, or were they the work of a sick prankster eager to capitalize on the city's fear? The question remains a subject of debate even today. Investigation into the Whitechapel murders was a race against time. The pressure was immense. The police employed all the resources at their disposal. They interviewed witnesses. They followed up on leads. They even consulted with surgeons and butchers, hoping to gain insight into the killer's psyche. Despite their efforts, the Ripper remained elusive. He seemed to vanish into thin air. He was a phantom, a nightmare figure who haunted the streets of London. The investigation became increasingly desperate, but Jack the Ripper was always one step ahead. Unmasking Jack's legacy of terror. The murders abruptly stopped in November of 1888. Jack the Ripper vanished into the fog and shadows. He was never caught. His identity remains a mystery to this day. Over the years, there have been countless theories, countless suspects, but the question remains unanswered. Who was Jack the Ripper? The legacy of Jack the Ripper is one of terror and fascination. He has become a macabre legend, a symbol of the dark side of Victorian London. His crimes continue to captivate and horrify. Join us as we delve deeper into the mystery of Jack the Ripper. We will explore the suspects, we will analyze the evidence, we will attempt to unmask the monster. But be warned, dear viewer, the truth may be more chilling than you can imagine.
The year is 1888. The air is thick with coal smoke and the stench of pervasive poverty. This is Whitechapel, a squalid labyrinth in London's East End. Life here is cheap, and death, it seems, even cheaper. This is the hunting ground of a nightmare. A killer stalks these fog-choked streets, preying on the most vulnerable. His name, whispered in fear, is Jack the Ripper. His reign of terror is swift and brutal. Each victim, a woman, each life extinguished in a frenzy of unimaginable violence. The newspapers are filled with gruesome accounts, fueling a climate of terror. Fear, like the ubiquitous fog, seeps into every dark corner of Whitechapel. The victims, all women of the night, bear the horrific signature of the Ripper's madness. Their throats slashed with surgical precision, their bodies mutilated almost as if dissected with a cold, calculated fury. The first to fall is Mary Ann Nichols, her life brutally taken on a dimly lit Whitechapel street. Then comes Annie Chapman, her body discovered in a backyard, her throat slashed, her abdomen mutilated. Soon, Elizabeth Stride and Catherine Eddowes meet the same gruesome fate, their bodies discovered within hours of each other. The Ripper's savagery knows no bounds, his bloodlust seemingly insatiable. Each murder more brutal than the last, each a grim testament to a depravity that chills to the bone. November 9th, 1888, a date that will forever be etched in the annals of history. The cold light of dawn casts long shadows over Miller's Court, a place that will soon be synonymous with terror. Inside number 9, a scene of unimaginable horror awaits discovery. The room is in disarray, a silent witness to the brutality that unfolded within its walls. The Ripper's reign of terror has reached its zenith, its final, most brutal crescendo. The streets of London are cloaked in fear, the air thick with dread. The victim is Mary Jane Kelly, the Ripper's final masterpiece of horror. Her life, like so many others, cut short by a monster lurking in the shadows. Unlike the others, she is killed within the confines of her own room, suggesting a chilling intimacy between the killer and his victim. The very walls seem to whisper of the terror that took place. The murder of Mary Jane Kelly is an act of unspeakable savagery. The brutality of the crime scene is beyond comprehension, a testament to the Ripper's monstrous nature. It is a crime that goes beyond the pale, even by the Ripper's horrific standards. The community is left in shock, grappling with the sheer scale of the atrocity. The details are too gruesome to recount, too horrific to imagine. Each piece of evidence tells a story of unimaginable cruelty. Yet they serve as a chilling reminder of the depravity that lurks in the shadows, the darkness that can consume even the most human of hearts. The final act of the Ripper leaves an indelible mark on history, a dark chapter that will never be forgotten. A gruesome canvas, the aftermath at Mary Jane's room. The small room becomes a canvas of carnage, painted with the blood of the innocent. The walls, once silent witnesses to everyday life, now scream with the horror of what transpired within them. Kelly's mutilated body, a ghastly testament to the Ripper's madness, lies sprawled on the bed. Her lifeless form, a chilling reminder of the brutality that one human can inflict upon another. The scene is almost unbearable to behold, a macabre tableau that chills the blood and chills the soul. Every corner of the room tells a story of unimaginable pain and suffering. Even hardened police officers accustomed to the grimmest sights are left reeling in horror. Their faces, etched with disbelief, reflect the sheer scale of the atrocity they are witnessing. The level of mutilation is unprecedented, exceeding anything seen before. It is as if the Ripper's rage knew no bounds, manifesting in the most grotesque manner imaginable. The Ripper's fury, it seems, found its full expression in this final horrific act. The city shudders. Fear grips the hearts of its citizens, who now live in constant dread of the unknown. The killer's shadow looms larger than ever, his grip on the collective consciousness of London tightening. The streets, once bustling with life, now echo with the whispers of his terror. A letter from the abyss. Amidst the fear and the frenzy, a chilling letter arrives at the Central News Agency. It is penned in a bold, almost arrogant hand and signed simply, "From Hell." The letter claims responsibility for the Whitechapel murders and is accompanied by a small box containing a human kidney, preserved in spirits. The letter, with its boastful tone and gruesome souvenir, sends a chill down the spines of even the most hardened investigators. Is this the work of the killer, a macabre trophy of his deeds? Or is it a cruel hoax designed to further stoke the fires of fear and paranoia that grip the city? The labyrinth of suspects, a century of dead ends. Theories abound, suspects emerge and fade. Was it a doctor driven by a perverse anatomical fascination, a barber skilled with the blade, or perhaps a member of the royal family, shielded from scrutiny by a web of privilege and power? The list of suspects grows long, but the trail always runs cold. Despite the best efforts of the police and countless amateur sleuths, the identity of Jack the Ripper remains a tantalizing mystery. The passage of time has done little to diminish the fascination with this case. If anything, the mystery has deepened, becoming a morbid legend whispered in the back alleys of history. Jack the Ripper's shadow, an enduring enigma. The Whitechapel murders ceased as abruptly as they began, leaving the city in a state of perpetual unease. The Ripper vanished back into the fog, leaving behind a legacy of fear and fascination that has endured for over a century. His true identity remains a shroud of mystery, his motives a subject of endless speculation and debate among historians and enthusiasts alike. Jack the Ripper is more than just a name. He is a symbol of the unknown and the unknowable. He is a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of civilization, a symbol of the vulnerability of innocence in the face of pure evil. His story is a cautionary tale that continues to resonate. He is the bogeyman of our collective unconscious, a ghost story whispered in the dark, a question mark etched on the soul of a city that has never fully recovered from his reign of terror. He is the unsolved riddle, the unanswered question, the mystery that refuses to be solved despite the countless theories and investigations. He is Jack the Ripper, and his shadow still falls long over the cobblestones of Whitechapel, a haunting presence that continues to captivate and terrify.